This clip was made possible thanks to Arcade Wonders. More about them after the clip. Hey, it's Chris from Charity Boardgamer, and today for Deep Thoughts Friday, we're talking a little bit about interviewing others. So we've gone through this kind of journey thus far, from my mom's story to getting back into board games to getting into Envoy and going into content and everything, and just, making connections. Well, one of the things that I really thought that was interesting, last week we talked about Extra Life, and we talked about the charity and how much that was important to me, and the driving part of it being, of course, Xyler. But one of the things that we didn't talk about was, well, what led to the interviews with other members of the community. Well, since Extra Life, I decided, okay, there's other charities that are out there. There's probably other people that are wanting to talk about these things. So I just started kind of reaching out to people saying, hey, would you like to talk about a particular charity that you're interested in? Maybe it was somebody from an organization. Like I would have a friend who ran a thing called Meeple-a-thon. And on Meeple-a-thon, they would go ahead, they would raise money for the Hillcrest Platte community. It's basically an area where there's teenagers who are being kicked out and basically living on the streets, and they're helping these kids get back into society, finding jobs, and helping them find a way to be independent. So I started doing all these interviews, and I've really enjoyed it, and it opened a lot of my eyes to just being more inclusive, to being understanding. It's led to conversations with people like Jade Rogers, where we talk about, I don't know what it's like to be a person of color, and so having a better understanding of what that feels like going into a convention that is predominantly white, or it led to conversations. It led to a great conversation with Danny Below about Planned Parenthood and how much they were integral when the healthcare system failed, how they were there for her at times where she needed it. We talked to Christina Cardio-Rouse, which was so awesome, talking about, child advocacy and being aware, and how so much of this pandemic and issues that are going on has caused sometimes those abuses to not be seen, and how we can still look for them and help children out. And we talked with Monique and Naveen, talking about a homeless shelter area where it's basically about feeding the hungry and helping them get back into society, getting the documentations that they need to be able to go back and become people again that aren't treated differently. We talked to Mick and Starla. We talked about, the House of Afros, Capes, and Curls. We talked also about this theater group thing that's in the Ohio area. But it's just been a blessing to be able to talk to all these different people, whether it be something small or something big, where we talk about breast cancer, we talk about, a ski patrol. It just kind of created this more inclusive communal environment. It's been a blessing to be able to do it. And it's been one of those big things that led to where we are today. Charity Boardgamer isn't about one person. I'm not the Charity Boardgamer. I don't like myself being known as that title, because it's not a title. It's a state of mind. It's a state of being. The Charity Boardgamer is all about being a group of gamers where we are willing to say we can put our differences aside and enjoy a game, but we can also do the same, raising money for good causes, helping each other out, making a better society than the one that we're in currently. A lot of people say that after the pandemic's over, we're going to go back to normal. I don't want to go back to normal. I want normal to be gone. I want a new normal. A new normal where we are more loving, and where we are more accepting, where we are caring for our fellow man and woman. That's what it should be. We should be caring. We should be listening to people, understanding their plights, their problems, their struggles, the frustrations of finances when something horrible happens. That is what we should be about. That is what the Charity Boardgamer is about. We do reviews. We have fun with video games. We have fun with board games. We play things. We do sponsored live streams and sponsored playthroughs. But at the end of the day, it's about the connections in the community that we have. Because if we can gather at the table, we can do the same for a good cause. This has been Deep Thoughts. It's going to keep going. There'll be something else I'll talk about next week. But I really wanted to get to this level of, okay, here's where we are and here's why we are. So when I say I'm Chris from the Charity Boardgamer, I purposely say from. Because it is not me. It is all of us. And I'm thankful for you. If there's a charity that you think somebody should talk about or you'd like to talk about in an interview, let me know. And if it's something that maybe we can help raise money for, let's do it. And if you have questions on how to do it, I'm glad to help. Because we can't do this alone. When we gather at the table, we can do the same for a good cause. Have a great weekend. Thank you. And I'll see you next week for another Deep Thoughts Friday. Bye. All right, guys, stand still.
Do you have problems sometimes taking photos?
Okay, there we go. There's a smile.
I mean, with my kids, yeah, we do. But it's a lot easier when we're playing Picture Perfect from Arcane Wonders, a game that we highly recommend and is in stores now, or you can go ahead and order straight from their website, link down below.
Hey, thanks for watching our video.
If you like what you saw here, go ahead and hit that little like, subscribe, the little bell thingamabobber, you know the thing, and watch some of our videos. Maybe one that's maybe up here, or maybe down there, or over there, or down there. I don't know where they are, but thank you all. Remember, when we can gather at the table, we can do the same for a good cause. Bye.
Bye.